I told y'all about that Dr. Jackie. What's good, everybody? Thank you all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate it. We are here today to talk about Married to Medicine Season 12, Episode 1. And the name of the episode is called Cocktails and Polo. Now, I'm sorry. I know I'm behind.
And I'm sorry. But don't think I'm not.
I'm doing this video Thursday morning. I know the show came on Sunday, but I don't know what's going on with my schedule. My schedule is behind, and then yesterday I had the meal prep, and so, I'm kind of all over the place, but I plan on catching up with everything by the time Beverly Hills Darling comes on, because those are my girls, okay? But we are here again for Married to Medicine Season 12, Episode 1, and the name of the episode is called Cocktails and Polo, okay? So the episode started off with Quad. It's the day after Quad's 44th birthday party, and some of her friends are still over at her house. And I must say, Quad looks good for 44.
Come on, give it up! Give it up! Give it up! Give it up! Give it up!
I think my idea of 44 is kind of warped, right? I remember when my grandmother was 44, she slipped and fell in the store, and she kind of messed up her knee really, really bad. And for a while, she was walking around with crutches, and then she was walking around with a walker, and she had to go to rehab. And although she eventually started walking on her own, her knee was never pretty much the same. So I always associate 40s as when people start to need assistance for basic daily functions, or people being elderly. And that's just not true.
You are what you want to be. Happy where you are what you want to be.
Quad is still with King. They're living in separate homes. I want to see what King's house looked like. I don't remember seeing King's house, right? I feel like Quad only wants him to move into her house because her house is more grand. And I think that he doesn't want to live in her house because, he's a man. But I feel like if King had a better house than Quad, she would be more than happy to move into his home. Now, Quad is going to be ushering in Angel from Basketball Wives, baby. And Angel is bad, okay? She's a nurse. She is a real nurse. So she is really medicine. This is not no bullshit title like they tried to give Phaedra to be on the show. Well, Phaedra was a head doctor.
Like it got really.
So it kind of do count. She was some type of doctor. Simone and Quad are beefing still.
Oh.
At this point, I agree with King. We are sick of it. Okay? Now, after the reunion last year, Simone and Quad started taking shots at each other online. Apparently, Quad was asked who on the cast of Married to Medicine will be good for traders, and she said Simone. And Simone went on YouTube with Sweet Tea and asked or said something about Quad. How was Quad going to pay her mortgage? I feel like Simone is wrong. And I think that some people can be shady and some people can just be nasty. I'm sure Quad's comment was done in an interview or something affiliated with Bravo, right? And we know how the game goes. You have to pick someone, so it's just par for the course, right? And so I consider that shade. What Simone did was nasty. And Simone can say what she wants, but if you bringing up my mortgage and how I'm going to pay my mortgage in front of my ex-husband's new wife, that's not shade. That is a solar eclipse. It's not a joke. It's an attack, and it's below the belt. Quad had a birthday party the day before, and all of the girls came to Quad's birthday party except for Simone. On Quad's birthday, all of the women sent Quad a happy birthday text. Simone also sent Quad a happy birthday text. Quad thanked Simone and asked her to help her pay for her mortgage as a birthday gift.
I know that's right. I know that's right, bitch.
Then she invited her over to the party. Now, she invited her to the party. It was 2 hours before the party started. So I'm not sure if that was intentional. Did she send her to? I know it was intentional. She didn't invite her until the day of. But I want to understand that Simone sent a happy birthday text 2 hours before Quad's party, and that's why she invited her 2 hours before. That's all I want to know. Okay. But all of the other women was invited 2 weeks before. So Simone is at lunch with Jackie, and Simone said, if you come over here, either you're going to play nice or you probably shouldn't come to my playground. And that is the problem with the doctors on this show, right? They think because the show is called Married to Medicine, that they are the most important people on the show or the most important piece to the show. or that they are the show. Even though the married come first. It's not medicine and married or medicine to married. And I think this is the reason why they wanted to get Mariah out, because they wanted to be superior to all of the other women on the show. And since they feel that way, Simone feels like Quad needs to have a friendship with them to be on the show. And she does not. She doesn't. And I think the issue with Simone is that Simone knows that Quad doesn't really fuck with them like that, and she doesn't like it. But it seems like the other women don't care. Jackie don't really fuck with her either. And I say her, I mean Quad. Jackie don't really fuck with Quad either. Heavenly is only around Quad because she wants to be seen in the same light as Quad, right? And plus, she knows that the fan base likes Quad and her antics. And Contessa is barely hanging on.
Get that bitch out of here!
I think those girls who was at Quad's house with Angel is really Quad's group of friends. Quad like to hang around bad bitches or, baddies. The doctor wives are cool for Quad because this is her job, but I don't think that she really valued the friendships with these women like that. This is just work for her. And I believe that if Married to Medicine was gone today or tomorrow, those women would probably never hear from Quad again. I truly believe that. Then we got Toya and Eugene. They moved into another house, child. This house is nice too, just like the last two houses. This house is nice too, okay? Now, in the last 6 months, Eugene is no longer working locally. He has 2 new jobs that pays more. One of them is 2.5 hours away, and the other one is 5 hours away.
Yes, baby.
So he's not home all the time. And so instead of him coming home every night, he has to get a hotel. Now, I need to know how much more Eugene is getting paid. And how much money is enough money, right? Their sons are older now. I believe the oldest one is in high school and the youngest one is probably in middle school. The youngest one is in middle school, but I don't know if he's in the 7th or 8th grade. But these are the last years that your sons are going to be at home. After high school, they probably will be leaving for college and starting their own lives, so they'll probably never stay at home again. And my fear is that Toya and Eugene always have their eye on something greater, right? They built the house from the ground up. It was supposed to be their forever home. Then they wrote their names on the bricks and the foundation of the house. Then they wanted to move again after the forever home. And then they moved into another house after the forever home. And at what point is enough enough? In a certain sense, I get it, but at what cost? There are just some things that money can't buy. And me being present for my children, my sons, their last years of life, and I don't want to sound like no manosphere type person like that, but I'm just saying, with Eugene being a father in the home, his sons are going to start experiencing, boy things like sex and girls and stuff like that or whatever. And you need to be at home. You need to be at home. Not 24 hours of the day, but you working 5 and 2.5 hours away. You know what I'm saying? These are the last years before your sons leave home. And you just couldn't pay me enough for that. You just couldn't pay me enough for that, okay? They ended up asking the boys, how do they feel about Eugene being gone? And the boys said they really don't see a difference when dad is gone. They probably get away with a lot when their daddy ain't there, but Eugene wasn't really home like that before because most doctors, they work like 12-hour shifts. So he wasn't really home like that in the first place. They probably used to it. Then we got Dr. Contessa. Dr. Contessa and Scott bought a building for their practices. The renovations for the building are over $400,000 and counting, and they're 4 months past due on the date of opening the building, okay? It seems like Contessa is upset because she feels like she's working all the time and Scott is not. Now, Scott has 4 jobs. Contessa has 6. And Contessa is basically saying that Scott is acting like a princess. Now, my question is he still bringing home the same amount of money? Because if you can work smarter and not harder, what is the issue? And this is the thing that I don't like about Contessa, because I feel like she's selling her soul for this show. And she is the reason why I stopped watching Married to Medicine in the first place. I believe that her and Scott are putting on a show. I don't think that the problems that they had in their relationship early on when they was on the show were really problems that they was having in their marriage. I just think that they was doing it for a storyline. Scott is a horrible actor, and I could see it all through him. And so now it seems like Contessa is about to make her man seem like he ain't working hard as she is, and she's about to make this an issue. And she already emasculated the man because he said that he got off at 2 o'clock and got home at 2:30. And she's talking about that's what a woman is supposed to be doing, or a woman is supposed to be saying.
Girl, shut the fuck up.
And so, Contessa, at this point, don't be mad when people start to talk about your husband and start to attack your marriage, because you're putting it out here for people to talk about, and you're putting it out here as a topic of conversation. And that's one thing that I will always respect about Heavenly, right? Well, the only thing, I'm not going to play with my marriage. I'm not playing with my marriage for no reality TV. I'm not. So Dr. Mimi and Steve are throwing the Sanders polo class. Y'all know Dr. Mimi's husband was like Darius, right? Sunshine Jr. He played in the NFL, but not really. He made a few practice squads and was added to an active roster here and there, but nothing major. He never played a full season for any team in the NFL. And the most that he ever played on the NFL team was 4 months. So I think it's so crazy how they be like retired NFL player. Girl, what? No, baby, nobody picked them up. Dr. Mimi and Quad are friends now, which is funny because she came in as a friend of Sweet Tea. And I like Tea. However, that was a dying ship. I don't like that aspect of reality TV. I feel like they should just let the girls come in on their own, right? Because the audience will look at the new person as if they owe the person who ushered them in some type of loyalty when they don't even really know that person, right? And it's almost like there needs to be an unspoken alliance. And when you bring in somebody in through someone and they don't work out, you just doom. And I feel like, you just doom. But I don't know how I feel about Dr. Mimi. I don't like how she was trying to handle Toya this episode. And, I don't know how I really feel about it. We'll see. We'll see, okay? Next, we got Simone and Cecil. So Toya is getting ready for the Sanders Polo Classic at Simone's house. And of course, they started talking about the other girls, okay? First, they started talking about Quad. And Toya told Simone, right? What you said about Quad could be seen as a joke if you was live with her, as in Toya, right? That could be seen as a joke. But Sweet Tea, baby, that ain't no joke. That ain't no joke. That ain't shade. That is some nasty work. That is a low blow. Then they started talking about Dr. Jackie, and Cecil said that, talking about Jackie checking Toya. So remember, Toya was on Watch What Happens Live last year, and there was a picture going around of Curtis with his hands on Dr. Heavenly waist. And they asked Toya about it, and Toya basically said that Curtis had his hands on a lot of women before, and he needs to keep his hands to himself. Because remember, Curtis had ended up grabbing Toya and pulled her into his lap right on top of his crotch.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Dr. Jackie didn't like the comment, and instead of talking to Toya privately, she addressed her in a group chat in hopes that Heavenly and Quad will defend her. And let me tell you something. It wouldn't matter to me who was in the group chat, because Jackie or no other bitch could check me on what happened to me or tell me what I experienced.
You got me fucked up.
And the thing is, I don't give a damn how many doctorates Jackie got. She is not going to convince me or give me her medical expertise on what happened. And that's the thing with Jackie. She got a God complex. That's her problem. But Jackie said that it wasn't cool. And Toya said that they had words. And Jackie ended up making a statement that Toya had said in Curtis's lap. Which is so crazy to me because the footage clearly shows Curtis grabbing Toya and pulling him into his lap. But I'm not surprised by Dr. Jackie. I've been telling y'all about Dr. Jackie for years. She has shown us who she is for years. And she is a nasty, nasty bitch.
A nasty, nasty bitch.
She is, okay? Dr. Jackie is the type of woman who will tell another woman who was raped that she should not have been wearing a turtleneck and the skirt to the ankles. You might as well tell the woman to not exist. And those comments she made about black women over at Dr. Heavenly channel a couple of years ago, she meant every word she said. She meant every word she said. The only reason why there was an apology was because she got caught and got called out on it. That was the only reason why there was an apology. Then Toya and Simone and Cecil ended up talking about Heavenly. Toya said that Heavenly has been nice lately. But she hasn't been coming around. And Toya thinks that Dr. Heavenly isn't coming around because of reports about Damon Jr. getting arrested and fighting on the cop.
You a motherfucking liar. You knew that?
And Heavenly doesn't want to talk about it. Now, Toya said it was one thing when it was a secret, but it's not a secret anymore. They said that Heavenly haven't talked about it on her YouTube channel because her YouTube channel is for her to trash other people. Simone said that we are raising black boys in America and they're a target on black men in America. I think that's true, but that doesn't apply to this situation here with Dr. Heavenly. That doesn't apply over here, and we're not about to make it apply over here. Cecil tells them don't go tit for tat with Heavenly, don't be a jerk to Heavenly just because she's been one to y'all. You know, don't bring it up and let her bring it up.
You better believe I'm going to talk about it.
I'm bringing it up, baby. We're talking about this.
This is going to be said.
Every scene, we will be talking about Damon Jr. being arrested. Okay? And after we get through talking about him being arrested, we're going to talk about him jumping on the cop. And after we get through talking about him jumping on the cop, we're going to talk about Dr. Damon, Daddy hiding it from Heavenly. We're going to talk about it all season, baby.
There goes our storyline.
We're going to talk about it all season. I will be bringing it up every episode. Heavenly brought up everybody issues on this show except for Dr. Jackie. And we will be talking about Damon Jr.'s arrest all motherfucking season. And I mean it. I mean it. So next we get to the Sanders Polo Classic. The event looked nice. The women started to arrive. Dr. Jackie looked really, really good. And also, Toya had on a black dress in her confessional. Both of her confessional looks look good. I believe I only saw 2, maybe 3, but 2 of them looked really, really good. The one that she did with Eugene, and she had on like a dark, like a black dress or a maroon dress. I can't think of it right now, but I know she had a tie at the top of it. She looked really, really nice. And Dr. Contessa looked nice in her confessional with the bob with the crumbs in it. She looked really, really nice. We got a new doctor. Her name is Dr. Brandy and her husband, Shamar. Dr. Brandy is a nurse practitioner and Shamar is a regional sales leader. She's a pretty woman. I felt like I followed her on social media before. It could be somebody that looks like her, but maybe she got triplets or not. I don't know if this is the same woman I'm talking about, but she's a pretty beautiful woman, pretty woman. Okay. Toya and Jackie was talking. They talked about Heavenly. Jackie was saying that Heavenly couldn't make it, and Jackie was saying that she was running for office. And Toya is like, me, baby, is everything okay? I'm gonna try to act like there ain't nothing going on, but we're gonna gut punch to that. Baby, is everything okay? She didn't show up. Toya said the only thing keeping Heavenly away is Damon. But do you know how upset Heavenly is? Heavenly is upset that she is being humbled, not by her doing, not by Daddy's doing, but by her son. So much so that the bitch ain't showing up. Heavenly told Jackie to tell the other women that it ain't their business. Baby, it's everybody's business. As much shit as Heavenly talk, baby, this is everybody's business. We're all going to talk about it. We're all going to watch. We're all going to buy it. Curtis didn't speak to Toya when he came in. Jackie said that he was mad at Toya. Jackie said that she was also mad because the comments that Toya made on Watch What Happens Live painted Curtis in the light that is not a representative of who he is. And Toya said today, and Jackie said, well, even then, there was only one person. Baby, Curtis grabbing Toya and sitting her on his lap with 6 cameras watching is a clear representative of who he is. He's a creep, and he doesn't give a fuck about Jackie.
You a nasty motherfucker.
That is not a joke. That's not a joke that you do with another married woman. With 6, to me, I don't joke like that. I don't joke like that. Y'all, because it's just nasty. You only do that if you're single. That was not a joke. Jackie is trying to move the line and trying to make it about him cheating. No, ma'am. Your man needs to keep his hands to his motherfucking self. Okay? Jackie said that Toya should speak on what she knows and drop the commentary. Baby, Toya is exhibit number 1. She is the perfect person to speak. What are you talking about? She is the perfect person to speak. Now, if Quad made the comment, you would tell her to speak on something that she know, but you could tell her to speak on something that she know. But Toya experienced her husband before, and to me, it was assault. And I think, girl, let me not even go there. Now, Toya is hurt by Jackie saying that Toya sat in her husband's lap and asked her to apologize for it. And Jackie says she's not apologizing and she's not surprised that Toya wants an apology, but her name isn't Eugenia.
See, that's a dirty ass bitch right there.
And see, this is not indicative of a woman who I would want working on me because she can't admit her faults. She know good and goddamn well Toya didn't sit in that man's lap. Her even making that comment, I feel like there should be outrage. There should be outrage because you know good and goddamn, what was Toya supposed to do when the man grabbed her from behind? What was she supposed to do? That's just nasty. So then the groups ended up gathering around, and then Jackie asked Brandy, is her thyroid enlarged? Because, Brandy is a full-figure woman. And Brandy said that she had been warned by Dr. Jackie. She threw subtle shade. And baby, if I'm telling you right now, and I don't even play with the C word, if I wouldn't have called Dr. Jackie a cute cancer-ridden bitch, you have to go there with Dr. Jackie. What if somebody asked Dr. Jackie if she had on a training bra? And see, that's why Mariah said what she said about her not knowing what it's like to be a mother, because Jackie goes low. And she tries to act like it's nothing, and she won't apologize. And then when you do something to Dr. Jackie, she never forgives you. She never forgives you. You was making fun of Brandy's weight. You was making fun of Brandy's weight. Just because you walk around every time they fixing food, you only get 2 pieces of asparagus, don't mean that everybody else got to starve. That Jackie is something else. That's a nasty, nasty bitch.
A nasty, nasty bitch.
Then Quad ended up arriving. Simone got this thing where when y'all aren't cool, she come up and get right in your face and tries to play and shoot the shit with you. Girl, back up. Back up. Okay? So then Simone takes a vote on who would have came to a birthday party by invitation 2 hours before. Okay? Now, I would have if I was trying to move forward with a friend. And I think that Simone needs to look at it from Quad's point of view. Right? If I'm beefing with someone and I felt like they dealt me a low blow, I'm probably not going to invite them into my party because I don't think that they're going to come. But if they tell me happy birthday and I see an olive branch, I will invite them. And I think it's the thought that counts. And if Simone couldn't make it, fine. But at the point where I invited everybody else, you and I weren't talking. And so when you reached out to me, giving me an olive branch by telling me happy birthday, and I felt that we was cool because our friendship and because we have been friends for so many years, since the 12th season, you know what I'm saying? I will invite you to my party because I don't want you to feel left out. Even though I'm still hurt at the love blow that you gave me, I will still invite you to the party, right? I know we're not going to get to fighting with businesses and stuff at my party, you get what I'm saying? But, you can still come and experience. Everybody else is going to be there. Why not invite you? And so Simone ended up telling Quad that she doesn't want to fight, but she stayed in bed for 2 days after the reunion. After the outburst that they had at the reunion. She said that she feels like Quad needs time and that they need space. And Toya, you're going to say, how much time do y'all need? Toya must be drunk. Toya must be drunk. That was pretty much the end of the episode. They ended up flashing forward for the rest of the season, and I can't wait. Because there's a scene of Heavenly talking about keep my kids' name out your mouth. Heavenly ain't got no motherfucking kids. Heavenly don't got no kids. Heavenly got 2 sons and a daughter. Heavenly got 2 sons and a daughter. And baby, they are fair game. We're talking about it. We're all going to talk about it. Okay? But y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that Heavenly Son's arrest is off limits? And do you think that Simone was throwing shade at Quad or was it a low blow? I feel like it was a low blow. But I feel like some of y'all don't like Quad and I get it. But, for me, it would be one thing, like Toya said, if she was on the live on YouTube with Toya. That could have been shade. But to be doing it in front of Sweet Tea, that's some nasty work. But thank y'all so much for clicking on the video, y'all. I really appreciate the love and support, and I will see y'all later. Adios.